Welcome to Light Body Wisdom with internationally known light body whisperer Grace Home. She will make you laugh and yawn as you release lifetimes of trauma and begin to feel much lighter. Your divine gifts may be activated, allowing you to weave light into the fabric of the world. Are you ready to be your own light and shine? For more information about Grace, visit graceghome.com. That's graceghom.com.
Hello, and welcome everybody. Welcome to Light Body Wisdom. And today's topic is on healing glaucoma. And I really want to first give a full disclosure. So I'm not a doctor in real life or on TV. I'm not a therapist in real life on TV. And everything I do with energy healing is experimental and innovative. So it's not meant to replace treatment or medications or any therapies you're on. But it works very well with any therapy you're on. So it doesn't interfere with anything. And as I mentioned before, when you work with energy or with my energy healing work, your body's system, your whole body's energy changes, and you will experience your body becoming more energetically efficient. And that means you may have to really look at what medications you're on. Do you really need all that? So I hope that you will all go to a trusted practitioner who would help you adjust different medication levels, medications for heartburn, blood pressure, even cholesterol, medications for thyroid. These tend to really respond to energy healing work because it senses what has been changed in your biochemistry. So today's work on glaucoma was requested by all the people who, in my eyesight package that was sold through Wisdom of the Ancients, and that package is still available, and there's still more group calls to come. So yeah, so those of you who are listening on Facebook and listening in on a later date, note that it's still available to you. Yeah. So let's see what I can do to connect with all of you and just ask that only that which is for your highest and best you will now receive, and any energetic patterns that are not for you, we're going to clear anything that is not for you so that your body knows to receive only that which is really for you. And your body knows, that what it's receiving is exactly what you need for you. So I'm just going to ask and talk to your bodies to see all the systems that are creating extra pressure on your optic nerve, and all the systems that are interfering with your eye's ability to regulate pressure. And it's usually a reflection of somewhere else in your life where that pressure is somehow just beyond you to regulate for whatever reason. So whatever that may be. And I have to mention that F word. And that F word for a lot of people is family. And when I read up on glaucoma and how so many cases are actually, there's a hereditary factor. And wherever I read that there's a hereditary factor, and I don't dispute that, it means that there are certain family systems that create a lot of repressed anger. And when you are in those cultures and family systems where you are just expected to repress anger from a very young age, you don't even know that you're repressing anger because you are trained that way. And after a certain point, you don't even know that you're repressing your anger because you were trained so well, and you mirror all the people in your family. So that's where the hereditary factor is. We copy one another's physiology because we copy one another's behavior. So all the tension in families that create you to not be as explosive as you like to be. So what I'm saying is you're truly like volcanic when it comes to anger, but you have been holding on to lots of stuff and you don't even know that you can be volcanic. That's how good some family systems are, and teaching people to repress anger. And if there's that extraordinary amount of repressed anger, then there's a total repression also of your innate instinctual intelligence, right? You instinctively know when you're sleepy, when you're hungry, when you're angry, when you're upset. But when you're trained to not acknowledge when you're upset, when you're hungry, when you're angry, then it's hard to have any sense of self-regulation and a sense of control over your own life because you're not allowed to eat what you want to eat. When you're full, you still have to eat and eat whatever your mom made. And when you're angry and upset, you still have to just forgive and smile and go on like nothing happened. That outside control of your whole life. Let's go into family systems. So family constellation, auto repress, unexpressed, unresolved anger. So there's a lot of unhealed traumas in your DNA. Let's start with father's side of the family for no particular reason. It's just, so all the unhealed, unexpressed, repressed trauma, pain, anger, all the other emotions that you're not allowed to feel. In some families where there's a lot of tragedy, you're not allowed to fully embrace and mourn those tragedies. You have to keep up a happy face and move on and live. And that happens too. So whatever the issue is, whatever the repressed emotion is in your families, and it's usually all of it, not just one, right? You're not allowed to cry for too long. You're not allowed to be angry for too long, or you're not even allowed to be angry at all. You're not allowed to communicate disagreements. And so this whole management of your emotions is taken over by somebody else outside of you. So you don't even know what all this internal pressure is about. That's why it builds up without you knowing. And that's why a lot of times those of us, or I don't have glaucoma, but people who have glaucoma, in the very beginning, you don't even know it. You don't even feel the pain. You don't even know it. So some of the most common forms of glaucoma are asymptomatic, which is so unusual. But here we go. Omakarakakaka, kanatukakanikakwakchakaka, roknachikokmarakakika, monakarakakika, konachikakokaka, roknachiku marakaki, korakrakiki marakakika. Ora kanachikoka, komachikaka, ratanokachinachikaka, ora kachikako, kama. Umakakika, konakakika, 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 mota tamarakika. Oshimako, konakakika, morakakika, morakakika. And all the extra pressure that's built up in your optic nerves. Let me just tune into your optic nerves and see what is going on with the aqueous humor or the vitreous humor. Both the aqueous humor and the vitreous humor would have problems regulating that pressure. And then in some cases of glaucoma, the drainage, right? The drainage angle is just not working. So that's the trabecular meshwork that is partially blocked. So I'm going to tune into that. And for those of you who have open angle glaucoma, and that's very common. Open angle glaucoma is like the most common form. So the drainage angle formed by the cornea and iris is open, but then the trabecular meshwork is partially blocked, and that creates the extra pressure, and that extra pressure affects the optic nerve. So everything that went into creating that open angle glaucoma. And if you don't have glaucoma, but you're just on because you have other eye issues, the energy knows and it will heal those other eye issues for you. Because 0 point field energy has an intelligence of its own, and we are already, all of us already attuned to that field of energy. So let's release, clear all that. And then for anyone who may have the opposite, that the angle closure glaucoma, where that angle between the iris and the cornea such that it actually is closed up. Let's clear everything that created that. And then if you have something different, a different eye problem, the energy will go heal those issues. And if you're on this call as a preventative, that's great. So as I'm working on that, the energy is actually guiding me to work in the liver and liver meridian, and also tune into the kidney meridian. And then kidneys always have what is called yuan qi, which means DNA. So family constellation work. So all the habits you learn from your family that created you to feel like you have no way of regulating your emotions or your life, and everything is always regulated on the outside for you, you know. And this happens a lot. You know, you have to go to work because you have to go to work. Someone else made up your work hours. And some people feel like you didn't even choose your job or your life. So let's clear all that. So as I'm tuning into kidney, bladder, liver, unhealed traumas, in the subconscious, and in the collective. Oh. Oh. Kono karikaki morakaka. Ichimoka kamake, kumake kimorakaki. Oshimaka kumorakachika. Ratonaka timajika. Arukaki onakaka. Konakaka. Horamaka. Arukaka. Konakaki. Konakakika. Morachikika. Amokakaka. Akutumachiki. Chimachakaka. Aruakikika. Go komakaki. And that's perfectly all right to allow yourself to yawn as loud as you need. And if you end up burping instead, that's also okay because it's your body, your energy changing. And then some of you may feel like your stomach is gurgling, and that's great too, because as the more acidic content of your stomach changes to a more alkaline content, a chemical process happens, right? So it gives off gas, and that's why you would feel like your stomach is gurgling. And we know that alkaline biochemistry is better for you than an acidic one. So in taking care of glaucoma, it's everything is related to digestion in some way, because even our moods and repressed moods is especially held in our enteric nervous system. And then also over that is the mesentery, right? So in the enteric nervous system and the mesentery is the band of tissue that holds your viscera together. So I'm going to clear all the unprocessed emotions from there. Oh. So what we can't process emotionally at the time that it happened becomes a trauma to the body and to your system. So all the traumas you've been holding on to, not that you intentionally decide to hold on to them, but it's always unintentional because you were trained to repress them. So all the repressed stuff, let's let it all release to the light. Oh. And clear that, clear that. Yeah, lots going on. Oh. And cataracts, as a few of you are asking about cataracts. They are also, research has shown that diet has something to do with cataracts also. But then if you look at it from the space of energy medicine, it's also lots of unexpressed emotions. Oh. And while it's easy to blame it on emotions, I also know that for very sensitive people, sometimes we are more affected by the foods we eat, and there's been so much toxin put in our food. So as I tune into all your digestive systems and even your nervous system, let's neutralize and clear any toxicity that's affecting your nervous system, because your optic nerve, and neutralize that. And let it be release, release, release. And I find from working with clients and with a lot of people that if you have experienced a lot of emotional releases, especially from your head, your eyes, your jaw, your sinuses, all the releasing that goes up here, you may find that later on in the next few days, in the back of your neck and head, you're going to have like an itch. And that's things literally releasing through your skin. So you may have a light patch of hives or whatever is that itchy stuff on the back of your neck or somewhere else in your body. So if you're going to start having itches around your body, it's because we're releasing toxins. I am running that program for you right now. So don't email me and say, I feel worse after working with you. I know you will. Yeah, so feel worse after working with me and allow all the toxins to leave your body. Yeah. Amakaka kumakeke no chuchimatakaku kamakichi matakuka kamarukachikaka korokaki konokaki 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 rochinaka konachika komakaka kanakaka kanchikaka rokanakachmatakaka konokakika konatakako konatikika kanokukomachikaka worunatakakika nakakatmatikika kokakamatakakika komakarachinakaka rakanakaka komachikaka ratanokakantachikika Karo kanaka konokiki konokaka korokichi komokaka konoka kamarigachika konokatin matika konokatin chukaka korokatin chika komokaki konokaki karakaki karakaki konokaki konokarigachika konokaramachikika korokata konokaka konokaka konokaki konokaki konokaka Kokamarakiki, Kanokaki, Kakamachika, Kotimachiki, Machikakika. So I'm gonna run this program that you deserve to express your emotions and you have what it takes to regulate them in any way you want. So you're in charge of your emotions and no one else is in charge of your emotions anymore. And you don't have to do emotions the way your mother did or the way your father did or the way your family allows. Oh my God, if you all need to divorce your families, don't sue me. Amokaka korokaki konokaki komokaki komokaki komokaka morochika morochika koko korkaki. Oh yeah, we're not going to talk about divorce. We're going to talk about conscious uncoupling. Because you're all conscious people. You're going to do conscious uncoupling with your family. There you go. And if you did do some serious conscious uncoupling with your family, how much space will you allow yourself to have in life? Yeah. And then now I'm hearing for some of you something about all the missed opportunities because you have to repress what you truly want in life, and that's what you most regret. So that's what I'm feeling and hearing from your energies that your eye problems underneath it is this regret about giving up on yourself because you give up ownership of your dreams, right? Because that's a lot to give up on. So and that creates this internal pressure to succeed and to succeed. But if you're not allowed to succeed on your own term, that's just as hard, right? So for all of you who felt like you have to give up who you are in order to fit in to your family or marriage or work or just to fit into this world, let's release all that. And all the pressure that's putting on you, the internal pressure that you put on yourself to succeed, and it never matches the world you're in. Like maybe you have already done a lot of conscious uncoupling with the whole world. You have done a lot of conscious uncoupling what your own dream life. So everywhere where you already did that, let's bring your dream life back, because you're not allowed to work towards your real dreams and be your real self. There will always be this internal pressure to succeed that feels unimaginable, right? Oh, and if you are a parent, some of you who are moms or dads, and you feel like somehow your children are not doing well, and then you take all the blame for them not succeeding, let's clear all that, because that's also another pressure that you put on yourself. That's hard to be in your control. It's hard to, yeah, so release that need to control. It's easy for me to say because I'm not your kid. So everywhere where you guys are taking responsibility for your children's choices or your spouse's choices or your mother and father's choices, that quantum entanglement with other people's ideas of success, that creates a lot of internal pressure. So let's clear that. So what else is putting a lot of pressure on you in your personal life that only you know? And we'll just clear that. And in order repress tears that you have not allowed yourself to cry. So that pattern of repressing your emotions, whether it's sadness or anger or disappointment, anywhere where you have to repress your true feelings just to go on with life, or you repress yourself just to fit in. Let's go back to those patterns. Some of these patterns go back a few generations. Ko makaka, ko nachike, ko marakakika, karachikaka, rachanokaka, karatinokaka, chimachikaka, ko matiki, ko marakaki, ko marakaka, kanatiki, kanachikaka, o marakika, ko machikika. Hamagarga, ko karakaki, kanakarmora tichikaka, kanatikika, kanakaka, kanakika, machikaka. O machiko, kona, kinokaka, makakika. So let's just tap into the divine blueprint for your eyes, cornea, and reactivate the optic nerve. Chimoka kamoki chimataka, tomorika kamo, ritnakuchika, riknakoka, kimoka kamarakaka, kanakaki, 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 kanakaka. And the aqueous humor and vitreous humor, let's reset that energy. And allow the pressure to just be normalized, a total ease. Kanchong karakji, kanchong karakaji, kanon kanachikiki, kumakakiki, kumakakiki, kumakaka. And all the patterns that are holding it in place, we're going to clear those from the subconscious, conscious. in your whole energy field and the family system. Arunachikako, Komakiki, Konakaki, Komakaka, Rukakakenjikako, Barokakiki, Konakaka, Chimachika. All right. So bless this with love and light, and we will continue this work next week because it looks like we just got started, and that's great. All right. Thank you for shining your light and weaving grace into the fabric of the world. For more on my work, please visit gracegharm.com or lightbodywisdom.com. Thank you and namaste.